Okay, we're recording. Okay, so we're going to spend 10 minutes. We're going to go through and we're going to interact on people's stories, because if you do that, it'll go straight to their inbox. And then we're going to interact on people's posts and try to make those to where your sentences are like 4 to 6 words, and then try to end it with a question mark, or not a question mark, a question. So that way people have to reply back to you. And then go to your friends list, and you can also find the new people that you've added on your friends list, and you can start interacting on their page as well, so that you can start building those relationships. So we're going to spend about 10 minutes and we're going to do that.
Messed up, unless it's messed up. Actually,
using Squarespace helped my business grow from a journal to a website, store, and class platform.
Actually, you know what? Well, Brittany, congratulations. She signed up for CT. Actually, you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to take this over, because this is actually, I get enough of like on the side. It's fine. I got this. This is not my first rodeo. What I want to talk to you guys after I just yelled at you, it's fine. It passed. So how many of you guys want to enroll a lot of DTs? How many of you guys would just love to explode your team? Not just enroll a lot yourself, but have a lot of enrollments for your whole team. How about we talk about that? Because that's the life I like to live. That's the life I want you guys to live. Okay, let's do that. We'll do that. That's some good leadership stuff. All right. Yeah, that's my realm. Okay, guys, I've enrolled over 2,000 distributors since I've started my business. How do I say your name? Is it Micah? Some Diggs? I don't know, but she almost just choked on her food when I said that. That's right. So, is it Micah? I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. No, she's like, no, not even close. Okay, I'm sorry. So sorry. Okay. Makia. Oh, yeah. Thanks. So sorry. Is that right? Second time? Son of a, well, come on. I'm going to call her Diggs then. All right. So my girl Diggs, she almost choked on her food. So I've enrolled over 2,000 distributors in my business. But here's the crazy thing. Okay. A lot of the times we associate our success in this business with what we can personally do. How many of you guys feel like absolute crap when you're not enrolling the way that you want to enroll? You hate on yourself every single day. You're out there doing the things, you're having the conversations, you're doing the stuff. How many of you guys, when you're enrolling, you feel like the best? You're like, I can do this all. I can explode. I can go, I'm going to go ambassador. Like, I think I can do this. But here's the thing, you guys. You are the oldest distributor on your team, right? You have your team. You're the oldest distributor on your team, okay? And this is the thing that you guys have to realize, is that it's really, really cool for you to kill it. But what about the people on your team? What about the girls on your team? Don't you think they deserve to learn how to mass recruit and how to have people who are personally enrolled, how to earn fast start bonuses? So what I want to teach you guys to do, and I don't know if any of you guys saw my live, but I'm going to talk about a lot of the stuff that I talked about on my live today in Limitless Tribe. And if you guys didn't see that, go watch it after this, because if anything, it's going to be a really good repeat of what I'm going to talk about tonight. Okay. But I want you guys to kill it with your business. I want you guys to mass recruit. And in my head, mass recruiting is like 15 distributors. If you can go out in the world and you can hop on TikTok or Reels and stuff and you can enroll 80 DTs, like, go do it. Like, go. But what's going to be a little different is how when you start to grow your team and you want your distributors to be able to do the exact same thing, you might find that what works really, really well for you and what kills it for you, there might be a really big disconnect for your team. Have any of you guys found that? You're out there and you're shaking your groove thing and you're doing the dances and the pop booty pops and the pointings and all this stuff, and you're enrolling from it. And you try to take that and you tell your team, do this. And then it's just crickets. And then you go check in with your team mid-month and you're like, how many enrollments are you guys at? I'm at 23. What's happening? And they're like, I have 3 potential distributors, and you're like, whoa, what's happening? So I really want to talk about this because this is a huge conversation that I've been having with my leaders lately, is this thing of I'm killing it, but like.
Hi, Heather. So what we're doing right now is we're interacting on people's stories, or you can interact on people's page, or you can go to your friends list and go to your new friends that you've added, and you can start interacting on those people's page. So that way you can start building those relationships. Try to interact on like 3 posts, make it where it's like 4 to 6 words long. And then I try to ask them a question. Like if it's a shirt that I think is cute, I'm like, hey girl, I like your shirt. Where did you get it from? So that way they're more likely to comment back to you. And that way you can start messaging them and create that friendship with them. So that's what we're doing for about 5 more minutes.
Like my team's not, and I don't know if I suck as a leader or if I'm like not. Have you guys ever felt like that? Or maybe you guys are like, no, I am the team that is sucking it. Like that is I. And if that's the case too, we all are there. Listen, I'm not hating. Sometimes that just is the case. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is. And so I want to help you guys bridge this gap. Okay. Now I'm not hating on like anything. I don't think that there are any rules. And so if you're going to kill it in this business in any sort of way and do really, really big things, don't ever let anybody cut you down and think that you're doing something wrong. But what I want to do is I want to explain to you guys this bigger picture of working your business that is going to be duplicatable. You guys don't have to type it, but I want you to just take a second and I just want you to say duplicatable. Just say it. Tina said it. She said it, duplicatable. You want to be duplicatable. What does that mean? Because I think that sometimes we get like too wordy and like, the stupid words. That means that you can work your business and you can get results and you can make it like a 5-step process and you can teach it to anybody. And if they follow that process exactly, they're going to get the exact same results as you. That's how you become duplicatable. That's how your team can explode. Okay. Now, when you're working with social media, the thing that's so tricky is because what's the A word that is associated with social media that's really, really tricky that people feel like they have to fight all the time? What's the A word? It's not a-hole, it's the algorithm. Yup, which happens to be an a-hole sometimes, right? There's an algorithm, all right? How many of you guys like kind of sometimes like panic about the algorithm? You're like, I don't know what I'm posting, how many times I'm posting, what kind of picture am I? Is there words? Is there fonts? Is it a selfie? Is there a tripod? Lightroom? No Lightroom? What am I doing? And then we feel like constricted, okay? So I want to teach you guys something that since the day that I started my business, I'm working on social media. I've not given 2 craps about the A word. It has not affected my business. It has the algorithm has not been anything that has had a chokehold on my life. And I want to teach you guys to have that too. Because how many of you guys, the thought of trying to be attractive for attraction marketing, or the thought of like going and putting yourself out there like in a way and you're willing to do it and that's fine and whatever, but you're making TikToks and you're like, I'm making a lot of TikToks and they're not exploding. And I feel like I'm just waiting. How many of you guys feel like you're waiting? You're like, when is it gonna come? Someday I'm gonna have a viral TikTok and I will enroll 100. And like, you're posting and waiting. Listen, guys, I want to teach you how to stop posting and waiting. And I want to teach you how to grab a hold of your business. Because if you can do this, being the leader of your team, you are the Mufasa of your team. I don't care if you've enrolled 2 distributors and everybody's quit. You are still the Mufasa. And what do we think about when we think of Mufasa? It's like Oz. You are the Oz of your team. You're the balls of your team. You're the voice of reason, the voice of confidence of your team, no matter what rank you're at. So you guys have got to have this business down, because if you can do this, then your team can do this. Yes? If I can do this, You can do this. I'm wearing Disney pants. If I can do this, you can do this. There's nothing special that's going on, okay? So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to stop working our business in a way that we're just waiting around for stuff to happen to us. You guys, number one, okay? And maybe someone's freaking green enough to take notes. I don't know. I'm not that one. That would not be me on this Zoom. Someone is. If you want to take notes, go do your thing, okay? Number one, when you guys start your business on social media, you are no longer a consumer. When you are just posting and praying, when you're just doing the TikToks and hoping something goes viral, when you're just doing that, you're letting your whole entire business just be at the hands of the algorithm. You're not a social media consumer. You are a social media producer. You are the content creator now. And I know that feels really intimidating because that's like, holy crap, it's like big shoes to fill. No, it's not. No, it's not. It just shows you that your job isn't to scroll, because what happens is when people post and you're like, I'm doing the TikToks. Again, I'm not hating on TikTok. You're gonna see my whole thing when I come to the end of this. So you got to stick with me with this, okay? But when you're just posting those and you're just like praying that today's the day that one goes viral and that people are going to hop on, you're just going to have your applications are just going to overflow with the wealth of all the things. Then you're just waiting all the time. And we can't wait, you guys. We're in business. We have to make this crap happen. How many of you guys are not afraid of hard work? My best friend Diggs over here. She's like, no, I will work. Okay. But we get part of the thing that makes us feel like crap is that we're posting and we're waiting. We're not working and we want to feel busy. And that's when we start like magic erasing our walls and like cleaning out our car and stuff, because our brain just wants to feel busy. Okay. So this is what I want you guys to do. 80% of your time in your business, what do you think you should be doing with 80%?
Okay, so we're going to spend about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to go through and we're going to add to our network. So that way we keep finding people that we can plant seeds with. What I like to do is I've added myself into groups. Hold on, baby. And I like to go through and add people from the groups that I could see that that I want to be a customer, or that I could see that adding to my team would be good. Something that Lisa told me, like, when you're adding people to your network, like, see them like, could you go and have a cup of coffee with them? Could you see you and, your kids going to the park and hanging out? Like, who could you see yourself actually truly building that friendship with, and add those kind of people to your network? So for like me, I don't really add a whole lot of guys. I don't really add a whole lot of people. That's just not where I'm trying to grow my business. I'm trying to grow my business, for single moms with multiple kids, people that are in their 20s and their 30s. So kind of be picky on who you're adding to your network. But we're going to do that for like the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Percent of your time. I'll just cut to the chase. Messaging. You should be messaging, you guys. That's what you do with 80% of your time. Okay. You guys need to learn that you post to post. You post because you know that every single person that you message will watch your posts. So this is going to completely change the weight of the things that you're doing, okay? Messaging is going to be number one. You want to get in front of people. And listen, when it comes to distributors, how many of you guys like kind of mass enroll customers? You're like, in the customer realm, I'm good. I can enroll 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 customers. But here's the deal. Do you want to know why you're enrolling shit tons of customers, but you're not enrolling a ton of distributors? Because the thought of missing out on a quick win with a customer makes you want to vomit. Because if you bring in the business, they're not going to join right now. So then you're like not enrolling, and that makes you feel like crap. But when you guys have this, that is literally going to like put the plug right in the whole flow of everything. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay. So this is what I want you guys to do. Okay. I want you, and Kimberly, I see you on here. I might even like bring you on in a minute because we can talk about this too, because she's newer and this just completely changed everything. We literally just talked about this. So you guys, First of all, your messaging. And I want you guys to have your frame of mind to be that every single person that I talk to is going to join my business in some way, shape, or form. They are either going to become a customer, they are going to become a distributor, or they are going to do a host to post. When you make that decision in your core, that's what's going to happen. Number one. Number two, have it in your brain that every single person that you message is going to go be nosy as heck and they're going to go watch your page. Okay, so you're now going to control how many people are looking at your attraction marketing posts by how many people you message. Does that make sense? So assume that if you're not messaging anybody, no one's seeing your posts. You're literally just posting to make yourself feel good to say that you worked today, and you're not. It's a cop-out. It's a comfort thing. I know. How many of you guys, just show of hands, the thought of messaging literally makes you feel like your heart is going to fall out of your butt? You're like, ugh. Okay, like, oh God, okay. Listen, you have to do it. And you're going to do it. And I will never forget, I didn't have Facebook on my phone. I just had it on a computer, this old stupid computer. And I went and messaged the people that I was friends with. And I tell you, like, I just went in my friends list and I scrolled down my friends list and I was like, all of you are going to join my team. I literally did. I swear to God, I was like, all of you are going to join my team. I mean, I believed it to my core. And so I took this message called, hey girl, have you tried that crazy rep thing? And I went and messaged it to every single person that I was friends with. And I will never forget looking at the bottom of my screen and I saw the blinking blue light and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say? What am I going to say back? They're going to hate me. They're going to think I'm calling them fat. This is going to be terrible. They're going to tell me to F off. They're going to tell me they're going to call the cops. Like, what is going to happen? What's up? You hit your knee? Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Thanks for letting me know. I love you. Good night. Okay. He hit his knee. So anyways, and then guess what, guys? I opened them up and I didn't die. And I was like, dang, I didn't die. And so I did it more. And then I started to realize that by me messaging, I was literally in control of the success of my business, because you cannot control who Facebook puts your post in front of. I can't control anything. I can't control how attractive people think I am today. You know what I mean? Like, I can't control the level of all that stuff, but what I can control is how many people I show up to. And I want you to think of it like this. You guys could go buy a billboard and have it be the biggest billboard in the whole entire world and have it be the most expensive, incredible billboard. And you could go plunk it on the side of the road in front of the busiest highway in the world, but you still can't control how many cars drive across the billboard. You can't control that. But if there was a...
Okay, I forgot to set my timer. So hopefully everybody at least got like 25 friends requests out. So right now we're going to go through, we're going to message for host to post. And try to shoot for at least getting 30 messages out. I think we can do that in 10 minutes. Try to get 30 messages out in 10 minutes. And so when you're sending these messages, people are going to start replying back to you. Don't reply back to those people. Try to stay focused for the 10 minutes and get the messages out, because something I've noticed is if I stop and I start replying back to people, next thing I know, I'm like gone into this rabbit hole and I've ended up on this random page and I ended up not getting any of my messages out that I'm wanting to get out. So stay focused for the 10 minutes and only send the messages. Don't reply back to anybody. And I will put in the chat some of the messages I use asking for host to post. And what I like to do, you want to go to your friends list and click on all friends. And then I like to type in like 2 random letters. Like I'm getting ready to type in LA, and I'm going to find somebody that I have a lot of mutual friends with, and I'm going to go and click on their page, click on mutual friends, and I'm going to message all those people on there. So a lot of times it'll be like 130. And I'll try to message the majority of those people. So that way, when they read my message and then they go to my page, they're going to see that we have multiple friends in common. They're not going to think I'm some weird, creepy person just sending them a message. So let's spend about 5 to 10 minutes and do that.
Parking lot at Disney, you can control how many cars you go to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the guarantee here? You can't guarantee anything else, but you can guarantee what you do. Okay. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to start figuring out how to get in front of as many people as you can. And Amy Spence said it on her Zoom. She said, Jade taught me to stop looking at host to post as a way to get a ton of customers and instead look at it as a way to get leads. You want leads. Leads is a blanket statement. It means human to which I have brought up something with this business with, and now they will watch my posts. That's what leads mean. You guys want to get in front of as many stinking leads as you can. And what you message them about, they will think about. If you bring up the being a customer, they will think about being a customer. If you bring up the business, they will think about the business. And so what do you think their eye is going to pay attention to most on your page? Whatever you plant the seed with, it's just common sense. If you guys walked into Target and someone at the front door said red shirt, you'd be like, what the hell, red shirt? And you'd be walking around looking for a red shirt. You're going to look for whatever someone tells you to look at. Okay. That's literally how this works. All right. So my best advice for you, I wish I would have had host to post circa 2014. Oh my God, what I would have done with that. Okay. But I didn't have it. And look still what I've been able to do. You guys, when I went ambassador, you only need 250,000 in volume. Our team had over 1 million in volume. Do you know why? It had nothing to do with customers. We were enrolling like 6 customers a month. It was because people who would not have been enrolling at all were enrolling. Why? Because they knew how to message. You can take an 18-year-old, you can take an 80-year-old. You give them a message and they can go send it. Doesn't matter how great their pictures are. Does that make sense? That's number one, okay? The next thing is you teach people how to post. Because if you're going to go out there and you're going to be doing giveaway host to post because it's going to get you in front of a ton of people, what do you know? Every single person that does a post for you, bring up the business. And I'm going to bring Kimberly on. She's probably going to shit her pants, but I'm going to bring her on and she's going to tell you exactly how she was feeling and what she switched and how she literally is like, my phone won't stop blowing up. And now she's panicking about that. Okay. So every single person that does a host to post for you, you bring up this business. Your business needs to be a game of instead of, and I'll talk about that too in a second. Your business needs to be this game of how many people can I talk to about this business? Because if you plant the seed, they're going to go watch your post. But okay, so I want you guys to become professional messengers, not professional like posts and then waits, like waiters. Like we're waiting now. We're waiting for Armageddon of the DTs. That's not how it works. You're going to be waiting a long time. So how many people can I talk to every single day? How can I talk to as many people as I possibly can to plant the seeds so they go watch my page? Now let's talk about your posts because now they're going to start watching your page. What are you telling them on your page? Some of you guys aren't even posting about your business. I have leaders that are diamond and above who are not even posting about their business. And it's because we forget. Whatever you post about is what you're going to enroll. And I'm not talking you guys where you have to write this like, I just love long walks on the beach and working my business. You don't have to tell people that it's this beautiful, perfect thing. I'm talking, you're on a Zoom in the middle of the night, half alive. You've got one kid on one boob, one of them hanging off the backside of you, like choking you to death. And you're saying, I get to work this business while my kids are climbing all over me. Because the other scenario would be I would be at Target right now, making $8 an hour, barely enough to pay for the childcare tonight. You open your fridge and you say, this is my fridge. It has food in it. I remember the time I didn't have food. Or maybe you open it up and you grow some balls and you show them you don't have food. And you say, this fridge will be full because of this business. You got to stop the patty cake, posts, the nursery rhyme posts. And you got to post stuff that really means something to you. What's important to you? Because I'm going to tell you guys something. Everybody struggles with money. Everybody. Think about your lowest low. Think about the time that you went literally every single time you went and got the mail. Maybe you live it now. You go get the mail and you just think that if you don't open the envelope, then it means you didn't get the bill. As if there's like some fucking alarm that goes off in the bill's office. Like, if I didn't open it, I didn't get it. I lived that life. How many of you guys go to get gas and you can't afford to put in a full tank? And maybe you can, but you're afraid to put in a full tank because what if you need the extra $10? That's most people live that life. What do you know, you guys? Everybody could use extra money. Everybody. Now, is this business for them? I don't know. I don't know if this is for everybody. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's fine. But you're going to find who this is for when you actually start to connect with people. Stop being embarrassed. Everybody's walking around being embarrassed because of the life that they live and what's going on, and you're afraid that your husband's going to look bad and all that stuff. No, you're not. You're afraid of what people are going to think about who you are if you're like worthy, or like, oh my gosh, you might not be a good enough person if this is the kind of life you're living. And guess what? Susie over here, who you think is living a perfect life, is going through the same exact thing. Everybody else is just too chicken shit to talk about it. So now when you go host a post and you go do giveaway posts, because that's what's going to get you in front of the most people. It's a race to see who can talk to someone first. And you bring up that business and they go be nosy because that's just what people do. And all of a sudden they start learning about Saray, and they learn about her kids, and they see her not trying to be perfect. They learn about her struggles, and they're like, dang, I get that. And you guys got to think about it this way. Okay, stop for 2 seconds. Every single distributor, every single potential person, every single human being that you talk to, every person's walking around with something. I call it a believe-o-meter because I don't have a better word for it. And that's just what I've called it for years. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, everybody is somewhere on this spectrum of belief. Some people will be a 2, some people will be a 3, some people will be a 4. I don't know. But every time you follow up, it moves up a little bit. Every time they read a post, it moves up a little bit. Now, how quickly? I don't know. They might be watching you for 7 years. Do you care? Don't you plan on needing money in 7 years from now? You know, you're here forever. So all of a sudden, you guys, you stop attaching yourself to the conversations that you're having. How many of you guys, when you get left on red, it makes you want to vomit? You're like, God, what do I need to say to get these people to answer? Why is it when I follow up, they don't even respond? What am I doing wrong? What's happening? Listen, if you're following the wording that's in the boards, that's like, at least for me, you're not saying anything wrong. It's that you're attaching yourself too much to the outcome of the conversation right now, instead of just, this is my mindset. If I message Sabrina and I tell her what we do and she stops responding, I literally don't care. Do you know why? Because I know that because her and I just talked, she's going to go watch my posts and she's going to be interested in this. Now, does she believe in herself? Probably not, because most people don't believe in themselves. But what do I know? I'm going to follow up with her, but anyways, I'm going to follow up with her. I'm going to follow up with her Friday and the next Friday.
Okay, so we're going to spend about the next 5 minutes. We're going to message for distributors. Again, we're going to send these messages and we're not going to reply. What I like to do personally, I like to send out all these messages at nighttime. And then when I wake up, to messages in my inbox that I need to reply to. For me, I love that. Some people like their inbox to be completely clear and free of messages. So the last 10 minutes, if you want to respond to all those messages, you can. If not, I've got something else for us to do. But right now we're going to spend 5 minutes. We're going to message for distributors. Don't count, just send as many as you can. And I will put some messages in the chat that I like to use. And again, be picky about this too. Who do you see yourself going to get coffee with? Who do you see that you can, take your kids on play date with? Or, like when we have conference, like who do you see yourself being excited to meet? Think about your ideal DT. If you go to their page, I'm not going to, pick somebody that, posts a lot of, sexual things, or they're cussing a lot, or they're super negative. That's not the type of person that I'm going to add on my page. I'm going to, find people that, post about their kids, that post about their dogs, their family, their vacation, stuff like that. I want positive, happy people that already kind of post on a regular. So that way, when they're doing this, they're just kind of adding in extra. So let's do that for a few minutes.
And the next Friday. And the next Friday. Okay. Then I'm going to talk to Lindsay. We're going to talk about the business. And you guys are going to start to see this pattern when.
I scared the baby. You can also message people from your story. So this is why posting in your stories about the business opportunity is super important too, because each day people are going to watch your story. And what I like to do is, normally my stories are like 4 to 5 slides that are about the opportunity. And on that very last slide of that business opportunity, I'm going to go through and I'm going to message all those people that viewed that story. And I'll put in the chat, the message that I've used, and it actually helped me sign a few DTs from it. So it's super helpful. You can do that. And, that's why it's important to do that consistently as well.
When you bring up the business to people, well, the easiest thing that people can say is that I don't have money. And that's what I went live about, because our first instinct is like, okay, we're problem solvers. We want to be successful. If you want to be successful, raise your hand. If you guys want to be successful, you're a damn problem solver. You're like, money? You need money, girl? We will figure that out if that is the thing that's holding you back. Guess what? That's not what's holding your potentials back. It's just belief. Because if they broke their leg right now, or their kid broke their arm, and the doctor said it's going to be $100 to fix this right now, you bet your butt they would find $100 right now. Okay? So what does that mean then? Does that mean you're not good enough? That you're not, what does this mean? It means nothing. Take the attachment away to the feelings of all that. Take it away. Okay? When someone tells me they don't have money, I say, okay, when will you? I'll get you in my schedule to reserve your spot. I got that from the salon. I literally took that from the salon I worked at, because that's what I would do for people getting in my schedule. And then all of a sudden they say, oh, Tuesday, or like next week, Friday. Okay. Normally Fridays will be your full day. Okay. And so then I put her in my schedule and I follow up with her on that day. So now.
Just have another tip. So like this girl that I'm getting ready to message, I have asked her about being a brand reviewer. I have sent her a positive vibe. I have asked her about joining the business. So now what I'm going to send her, while I'm just already in our message chat, I'm going to ask her to host a post. So if you come across somebody that you've already messaged, kind of go back and look and see what you've already sent them, and then just send them something else, but don't skip over them. Because you'd be surprised. It may be that one message in the right moment that'll get them to either join as a distributor, or, join as a customer, or they may put up that post that just absolutely blows up for you and takes your business to the next level.
Now, when you're doing giveaway host to post, you guys, how many of you guys are doing giveaway host to post and you're like, I'm literally talking to so many human beings, I can't even handle myself? How many people do you think you're talking to a day? Let's just assume that you're talking to at least literally, you could be really talking to 50 people a day. I mean, really, but let's just keep it low. Let's say 20 people. You bring up the business to them afterwards and they say, well, what is it that you do? And you tell them the little blurb that says, blah, 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 blah. Does that sound like that'd be something you'd be interested in? I can send you more info. Now, listen, how many of you guys feel like every single time you tell someone the price, you have a lot of anxiety when you feel like you have to tell them the price to get started? Do any of you guys feel like that? You're like, how do I trick them into thinking that the price is okay? It's a very real thing. Don't lie about it, because if you lie about it, I can't help you fix it. Okay. Again, I hate to break it to you, but everybody knows that this costs money. You're not the first DT that they've talked to. I'm really sorry. And if not, you're not the first business person in a company that they've talked to. They know that it costs money. It's just the easiest thing and the quickest thing that they can say to not commit at that moment. Because they're like, right now, you want to do this right now? I didn't talk to my mom about this, or like assess I didn't go to my crystal ball and like see if I actually, like, I'm not ready right now. I'm not like mentally prepared. That's what they're thinking. So you can't control, like, see how you can't control anything there? Like, you can't control, but what can you control? You can control what you know, and you can control your own actions. So this is what your business should start to look like, you guys. I want you to release the anxiety of your conversation. Listen, you could give someone 275 ways of finding the money to start this business. They still won't start because it's belief. So how do they grow their belief? Remember the believe-o-meter? Every time they see a post, it goes up a little bit. Every time you follow up and you knock on their door and you say, hey girl, I'm still thinking about you. Are you ready? And you still show up on their door. Do you know what normal people think when people are following up with them? They don't think this girl's following up with me. They don't know that that's like a thing. What they're thinking is she's not leaving me. How many of you guys at some point in your life have felt left or abandoned? Everybody, all of you. Don't even lie. Don't lie. At some point in your life, you felt like you didn't matter. That's part of the reason why people aren't getting started, is because they don't think that they're good enough. They think that they don't matter. They don't think that anybody would want to buy this from them, right? So you keep following up, and it actually grows their belief in themselves because you haven't stopped showing up. You see something in them. I can see something in everybody. And that's not like a blanket statement. If you came and sat down in front of me, I could like tell you what your whole freaking future could look like. Possibility, but that doesn't mean that you're going to do it or not. The reason why you guys said yes to this business is because for at least 1 second, you believed in yourself enough that you said yes. Now, what happened after you said yes? Maybe you felt like you were going to die and you're like, oh my God, what did I do? You're like, ugh, but you believed in yourself, right? So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to look at your business as a game. Stop getting attached to the conversation. It literally doesn't even matter. I mean, obviously you got to give them the information to give them the information, but regardless of what happens, you think to yourself, I'm going to follow up with her anyways. It don't matter. I just need to talk to you one time. I will follow up with you forever and ever and ever. Everybody has a different time frame to when they're going to enroll. So the cool thing is that I know that you guys don't know yet, but as you do this, you'll start to learn is that over time, people kind of just start filling in pockets to where when you're just talking to a whole bunch of people and you just feel so peaceful and it's just kind of fun because you're not really like miserable because people are leaving you on red or not answering you. You're not miserable anymore because that's not your goal anyways. Your goal is to just talk to as many people as you can and just follow up with them forever. And even when you follow up, you're not attached to what happens then because you're just going to continue to follow up. So you don't care. You guys are going to start to see how people just start filing in and you pretty much enroll distributors almost every single day because you're just talking to enough people. And it doesn't matter how good you are dancing. And it doesn't matter how like hot your pictures are. It only mattered that you planted a seed and you didn't give up on somebody and you connected to them with your story and who you are. You didn't have to convince them to do the business. You didn't have to trick them into doing it. Through your story and what you've done, they've started to believe in themselves now because people do business or join the team of someone that they know, that they are alike with, and that they trust. And I call it patty cake post because that's what it is. It's just the real.
Okay, so the last 10 minutes, you can do one of 4 things. You can either respond back. It just creeped me out. My Alexa just started talking. You can respond back to those messages if you want to, or I'm going to spend about 5 minutes and I'm actually going to plan out my day for tomorrow because we've got to go see Derek's grandma. I've got to go to the store because I got to get some things. We got to get prepared for Sky's soccer game. So I'm going to prepare and just write out my days. So that way I can write down when I can fit in to work my business. So that way I'm not putting it off all day long. And then come 8 o'clock, I'm like, crap, I haven't got a single thing done. So I'm going to write out my day, and then I'm going to see where I can fit like individual tasks in each part of the day. You don't have to sit down and do everything at once. So you can just break it down into 10-minute increments. Like, if you know you got to go do a grocery pickup at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay, so you can write down on your schedule at 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going to, send out 10 distributor messages, 10 customer messages, and then, I mean, if you can, add to your network. And then, like, I know at 12 o'clock, the baby is going to take a nap, but I also know that I got to fix lunch. I've got to finish up chores around the house, but I'll still have about an hour left. So I know that I can sit down and do some self-development, and then I know I can reply back to some messages. So you can plan out your day, respond to messages, or something that I'm going to start encouraging everybody to do, write down 5 things about the ideal DT that you're looking for. Like for me, I want somebody who's consistent, who is, who's coachable, who's willing to show up on a daily basis, who's willing to, write down their goals, get on Zoom with me. What is your ideal distributor that you're looking like? So that way, whenever you're adding to your network or you're messaging people, it'll just give you a better idea of, who you want to add. Like for me, I've noticed that I add a lot of people that have darker hair like I do. I add moms. I add people, that have animals that are looking to, go on vacation, or, like Heather, she bought her home. I'm wanting to buy a home, and look what she did. She bought a home, and she's one of my distributors. So just write down your ideal. What characteristics do they have about them that you're looking for in your distributors, because you want to be able to connect with the people that you're adding. So do any of those for about the last 10 minutes.
Like, oh, you get to join my team and like do the things, and cool. But like, where's the like meat and cheese to that? Where's who you are? Where's who Kelsey is? Where's who Christina is? Where's who Sarah is and Brianna? Like, where is that? Where's your substance? And I know that we're taught to like not be ourselves because everybody's just such buttholes to us our whole life. So when we like try to just be ourselves and have personality, we're like told to not do that because that like bothers somebody. But by doing that, you are not only holding yourself out on living your best life, you're literally, that's your secret sauce. Like that's the thing that's going to make you successful, is your personality and who you are and what makes you you. Start letting your freak flag fly. And I mean, it doesn't mean you need to show people the freaky stuff that maybe you do. I don't know. Do you? I don't give a crap. But it means that you like let people in, and you just know that there's so many more of you in the world than you actually know. And the reason why you're enrolling people who aren't working is because you're attracting people into your business that you're not even like them. You're just trying to put on a front and act a certain way because you think that that's how people should be. And then these people that you enroll, you don't even connect to them because you're.
What are the odds that is what Jade Hooper is talking about? And that is just what I was saying about adding distributors to your team. What are the odds that exactly what she's going over?
You're not even showing them who you are. Does that make sense? Okay. So, okay. This is a really good question. Okay, so I'm going to give this really big, wide picture again for the whole thing. I'm going to answer a couple of these questions, and I'm going to have Kimberly come on, okay? So if you guys want to become consistent mass recruiters, and I'm just talking about 15 people. Why 15? That's my number. The reason why 15 is my number is because I pretty much have this down pat. If I enroll 15 DTs, 3 will quit before the end of the month. 2 won't make it. Well, 3 of them will quit right away. 2 won't make it to the end of the month. And then the rest of them will continue on. Okay. And so this is why I want you guys to be on the mass recruiting side, because if you're enrolling 15 distributors and 3 of them quit, that's not going to bother you even a little bit as much as it would if you've only enrolled 3 and 3 quit. people are going to quit. You can't not make them quit. And when they quit, it's not a you problem unless you were a douchebag. Then you've got to fix that. And that's a part of the process. Being a leader is new. So like that's hard. It's hard to learn, right? But you just know. So I'm also able to control the success of my team because I enroll enough people and I keep going enough to where I have people who are working. Does that make sense? Because I know the number to make that happen. Does that make sense? So this is your game plan. Okay. Now, and I will say this, don't stop doing TikTok and all that. Don't stop doing that. If you're doing it and you want to do it so that way you're making sure that you're at least like trying and maybe it is working for you, that's great and whatever, that's good. Do that. But that's not your business plan. That's like the cherry on top that didn't necessarily have to be there. Okay. So here's your plan. Every day, I want you guys to be blowing up your DMs and be trying to talk to as many leads. You just want to get leads, as many people as you possibly can. You go the extra mile. You send by the way, or side note, have you ever thought about doing this business? Seed planted. You go into the conversation, however far, get them added into the VIP lounge. Why? I don't need to enroll people. I don't need to put people in the VIP lounge to see me to enroll them. But why do I do it? Because it's that one extra thing. It's just that one extra thing. And it allows me a place to organize my leads. You guys, and remember, this isn't just about what you can do. This is about a duplicatable thing that your team can do. Maybe you don't need the VIP lounge to enroll at all, but it might really help your team. Okay. So remember, it's not just about you. It's what can be most duplicatable to everybody else. So you're talking to as many people as you possibly can. You're now playing this game of how many people can I get into the VIP lounge because you know that they're going to watch your really good posts and you're going to follow up with them forever. So you're going to talk to as many people as you possibly can. Let them watch your posts on Friday, sweep through them all, follow up. Next week, talk to as many people as you possibly can, get them in the VIP lounge, let them watch your posts. Friday, sweep through all of them. Okay. So what's going to happen is right now, are you going to mass enroll? No, you're not. Next month, are you going to mass enroll? No, you're not. It took me, I enrolled the end of August. It took me all of September talking, post.
Okay, so it is 10 o'clock, you guys. So remember, we are doing these Tuesday through Friday at 9 p.m. every night. We are holding ourselves accountable. We are going on a 90-day run. We're all ready to promote. We're all ready to do things. So we know being consistent and just showing up to power hours and doing the work is what's going to help us get there. So these are every Tuesday through Friday at 9 p.m. And then Saturday mornings at 7, we'll do a morning power hour. And then Sunday mornings at 7, we're just kind of planning our week out. So like for me, I know on Sundays, I'm going to be printing out my sheets. I'm going to be printing out charting, get all my volumes together. So that's what we'll be doing on Sunday mornings. And then we'll be just kind of having a Sabbath and enjoying our day. So I'm going to stay on. Let me stop recording this.